Grand Admiral Thrawn, a fan favorite to EU fans, and recently even becoming a fan favorite among non-EU fans because he's been featured in a lot of the Disney new canon, and now by the sounds of it, he could be appearing in live action.
Yeah. I believe this comes from I think it's the Diz Insider. I think that's how you pronounce it.
I think so, yeah.
Obviously, like Disney Insider, which they've been spot on recently on quite a few things, a lot of Disney stuff. So I'm inclined to believe it. And if it's Thrawn, cool. I know jack crap about Thrawn. I know he's blue and that he looks like Benedict Cumberbatch, which if you don't get Cumberbatch, come on.
So,
I want that. What are you doing?
I don't know everything in the new canon, and I'm blanking on some stuff from the old canon. But you know that space from where Palpatine has Exegol and all that in Rise of Skywalker, the forbidden space that not many people go? His species comes from the unknown regions out there. Now,
that's cool.
It's set up in the books that are part of the new canon that he's the one feeding Palpatine with all this info out there. And during the events of Episode 2 all the way to Return of the Jedi, Palpatine knows about Exegol and this because of the info he's been fed. And that's why he keeps sending like Star Destroyers and stuff out there as a kind of backup plan, the last.
Yeah.
So that's all built up, and Admiral Thrawn is really important to setting up what happens in all this. Now, it's interesting because in the original, the Thrawn trilogy was sequels to Return of the Jedi. The way he's been introduced now, he exists in before A New Hope time period. So they've changed many elements of him, but he's still the same character. So I'm interested to see if they bring him back, do you make it a show set during that 20-year gap between 3 or 4, or do you fast forward and set it around the time where the Mandalorian is, and maybe he's trying to rebuild an empire?
I was just gonna say, there's no set project for this. I think a show for Thrawn is kind of like a bit like Ahsoka or how you pronounce her name. I can never remember it. Like where we're gonna bring her in the Mandalorian and backdoor pilot that. Maybe to get her own show. I think even probably going to work like that. Like the Mandalorian is going to be half Mandalorian story, half backdoor pilot for shows.
Yeah.
It's your biggest thing right now. Why wouldn't you do it? I think that's probably the safest bet. But maybe they just go straight into a show because they're going to start needing shows. It's like, why not just don't tiptoe around it or just go straight into it. Like you go, no, people are going to like this. Like here's what you get in, enjoy it. Stuff. Not like
I honestly wouldn't mind it if by the end of the second season of Mando we find out that they wanted the child because everybody, including what's his name with the dark saber, all works for Thrawn, and he's revealed to be Thrawn. Yes, Grandma. Yeah, that's his name. I really wouldn't mind if they reveal it's like, oh, Thrawn has been after the child because he knows about the Jedi and he's trying to do his own thing and kind of build him off as a smaller threat that Mando and some of these characters have to deal with. Maybe Ahsoka's going after him because she knows and there's some history there with the Clone Wars. Like, you could really tie all that in and being like, okay, this can work in a good way, because I really like the character. So if you bring him into live action, I mean, damn, I'm there day one. I mean, I was going to be there day one. It doesn't matter what it is. It's Star Wars. But I'm there even earlier than day one now. So, it's...
Yeah, I was going to say something about having him go after the child and Baby Yoda. Because it just makes sense. If he's part of the Empire is clearly going after this thing. Because they clearly want the whole Force healing thing.
Yep.
And I just try and figure out how to keep Palpatine alive. Obviously, a small sect must still know about that, so it'd be a cool way to tie everything in. But we'll just have to see how that goes.
I love the idea of the show ends and Thrawn just goes, somehow Palpatine returned. Somehow. We can't explain the plot unless you watch Fortnite.
It just cuts back to Poe. He's like, oh, I'm sad for no reason. Why am I sad?
Do I really have to deliver this line? Yes. God damn it.
It's canon now. You have to say it.
Somehow Palpatine returned. Jesus. Oh,
that was dialogue. That was definitely
dialogue. That was dialogue. So yeah, no. As a Star Wars fanatic, if you can get Thrawn into live action, I am super hyped. Especially if you're going to explore some of the darker regions and some more elements of the Empire and Galaxy, like Mando is, without stepping all over, what's been established. I am all up for that. So
yeah,
it's sounding good.
I suppose it just means I gotta watch Rebels, in there, because I know he's in that.
Oh yeah, and Rebels is.
I was gonna watch it anyway because I finished Clone Wars, and it's just like, oh, I need more.
Oh, dude, Rebels.
Yeah.
Rebels season 1 slow because it's all set up like Clone Wars, the first 2 seasons.
I was gonna say
after that, oh my god.
After slogging through the first 2 seasons of Clone Wars, which are trash.
Oh yeah,
I ain't afraid to say it. Those first 2 seasons are bad. How anyone got into that show with those 2 seasons? How that show survived to season 3? I don't know because they were bad. But season 3 is just like, no, bang, we're good now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, you know what? I gotta watch the rest. Like, I just have to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I would suggest anybody that's listening to this, go watch Rebels. Get through season 1 because it's set up, and after that, they start introducing the Inquisitors, the sisters and brothers of the Empire, and all that, and Thrawn, and the hierarchy, and yeah, it's tremendous. So if you want a good basis of who he is and why people like him so much, that is out there. And there's also a comic. They turned the I can't remember what it's called. Something. It's Thrawn's like first appearance in the new canon. They actually took the book and turned it into a comic, like 5 issues. That's also a good introduction to him as well, because they explain why he's such a, pretty much amazing character. And
I say they're all novels, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Actual no pictures. No, my brain ain't gonna handle that novel.
That's why you gotta get the audio book.
No, I can't do audiobooks. I blank out.
Yeah.
I'll sit there and I'll just all of a sudden click back in. I'll be like, what the hell's happened? I'm so lost.
So there you go, everybody. Hopefully Thrawn soon. Hopefully season 2 of Mando can tease towards him, and then we'll go on from there.